upbeat, intriguing music starts and fades into the background.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story so incredible it almost sounds like a legend. Forget the tech billionaires of today, forget the Gilded Age tycoons. What if I told you the richest person who ever lived wasn't from Silicon Valley or Wall Street, but from 14th century West Africa? Today, we're uncovering the jaw-dropping story of Mansa Musa, the Golden Emperor of Mali, whose wealth was so immense, it's literally described as indescribable. So who was this man who made today's billionaires look, well, not so billionaire? Mansa Musa, whose name means King of Kings, ascended to the throne of the Mali Empire around the year 1312. At the time, Europe was struggling through the Middle Ages, but Mali was a thriving, sophisticated hub of culture, learning, and staggering wealth. The source of this unimaginable fortune? Gold and salt. The Mali Empire sat on some of the largest gold deposits the world has ever known, and they controlled the critical trans-Saharan trade routes. Salt, as vital as gold for preserving food, was traded pound for pound. Musa wasn't just a king. He was the CEO of an empire that held a near monopoly on the world's most desired commodities. Now Musa was a devout Muslim, and like all devout Muslims, he was called to make the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca. In 1324, he decided it was time. But this wasn't just a simple journey. This was the most extravagant road trip in human history. Musa set out from his capital, Niani, with a procession that stretched as far as the eye could see. Imagine this: a caravan of 60,000 men, including soldiers, royal officials, and entertainers. 12,000 attendants, each draped in the finest silks and carrying a 4-pound gold bar. And leading the way were 80 to 100 camels, each laden with up to 300 pounds of pure gold dust. This wasn't just a pilgrimage, it was a statement. Musa was showing the world the power and splendor of Mali. His journey took him across the Sahara Desert and through major cities like Cairo. And it was in Cairo that the world truly got a glimpse of his wealth. During his stay, Musa was so generous, handing out gold to the poor, buying souvenirs for his entourage, and showering officials with gifts that he single-handedly crashed the local economy. He injected so much gold into the market that the price of gold plummeted and didn't recover for over a decade. He literally broke the economy of an entire region just by being generous. Can you imagine having that kind of financial impact? It was an economic event that was talked about across the Middle East and Europe for years to come. But Musa's story isn't just about spending money, it's about what he built with it. When he returned from Mecca, he brought back with him the greatest scholars, architects, and artists of the Islamic world. He was determined to turn his kingdom into a global center for knowledge and faith. He initiated a massive building program, and the heart of this cultural revolution was the legendary city of Timbuktu. Under Musa's patronage, Timbuktu was transformed. He commissioned the construction of the legendary Djinguereber Mosque, which still stands today, a masterpiece of Sahelian architecture. He also established the University of Sankore, which became one of the most important centers of learning in the world, attracting students and scholars from all over Africa and the Middle East. At its peak, the university housed up to 25,000 students and had one of the largest libraries in the world, with an estimated 400,000 to 700,000 manuscripts. While much of Europe was still in the Dark Ages, Timbuktu was a beacon of light, a city of knowledge, trade, and architectural wonder, all thanks to Mansa Musa's vision and investment. He didn't just spend his wealth, he invested it in culture, education, and infrastructure. So the big question, how rich was he really? Historians and economists have tried to put a number on it, but it's nearly impossible. Some modern estimates place his net worth, adjusted for inflation, at around $400 billion. Others say it's far more. The truth is, his wealth was so vast that it transcends our modern concepts of money. It was a fortune built on tangible resources, gold and salt, that were in near infinite supply within his empire. Unlike today's billionaires, whose wealth is often tied up in fluctuating stock prices, Musa's wealth was solid, tangible, and almost incomprehensible. He wasn't just the 1%. He was in a category all his own. He controlled the global gold supply. That's a level of economic power we simply can't wrap our heads around today. Mansa Musa ruled for about 25 years, and his reign is remembered as the golden age of the Mali Empire. His pilgrimage literally put Mali and himself on the map. European cartographers began to include Mali on their maps of the world, often depicting Musa himself sitting on a golden throne, holding a golden scepter and a massive gold nugget. He changed the world's perception of West Africa from a mysterious unknown land to a place of legendary wealth and sophistication. His legacy is a powerful reminder that history is full of incredible stories that often get overlooked. He was more than just a rich king. He was a builder, a patron of the arts, a leader who transformed his empire into a legendary center of learning and culture that shone brightly on the world stage. His story challenges our perceptions of wealth, power, and history itself, proving that some of the greatest chapters of human achievement were written not in Europe or Asia, but deep in the heart of Africa. So the next time you hear a debate about who the richest person in history is, you'll know the answer. It's not a name from a modern-day headline, but a king from the 14th century whose generosity broke an economy and whose vision built a city of knowledge in the desert. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible historical journey today. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the hidden corners of history. Drop a comment below and let me know what other historical figures you'd like to learn about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.